Hey, welcome to the Not Hate Speech Show. I'm your host, John.
And I'm your host, Dylan. And in today's episode of Not Hate Speech, we're going to be discussing trans influencer or non-binary influencer named Jeffrey Marsh. Maybe you might have heard his name before. I wish I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason for that is he makes some really, really cringy videos on TikTok, um, affirming kids. And there's a clip from Gays Against Groomers that was posted, and I'm very much inclined to agree with their assessment of how he behaves.
And I want to say just a few things I can preface because I did just see this video and like a few things in preface is you know one I have friends I've done drag regularly. I have friends that they dress up in makeup and they do all kinds of gender bending looks. I love Marilyn Manson. I love David Bowie. This does not, nothing I ever am going to say, and I really don't believe anything anyone else has to say, comes from a place of transphobia or homophobia. The problem is when a creepy fucking dude with makeup starts saying they want to talk to your kids, it's probably time to start getting concerned. And that has nothing to do with their identity or anything else about that. It's their behavior and just obvious problems. Obvious, there was a meme about like a coyote that had eyeshadow and lipstick on it said, "I want to talk to your chickens." It looks like the meme.
I mean,
Literally looks like the meme. You can go look on Google right now.
it's
But let's go
it's
ahead.
very
I
that.
don't want to give you an idea before we start. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say, she has to say, Zer has to say. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can kind of already tell by the look in his eyes. Like
Right.
it's kind of giving crazy eyes, and like you have that weird. He has
There's
like a
probably
weird
mental, there's a
smuggy.
mental situation there, probably. There's
Yeah,
probably a mental situation there.
most likely.
Yeah.
But the post that was made by Gays Against Groomers says the following: textbook predator playbook. 1. Separate the child from their family. 2. Turn the child against their family. 3. Say their family doesn't get them. Supin as
Mm-hmm.
their new family.
Mm-hmm.
5. Say you are the only one who cares about them. And 6. Destroy them.
I
Um,
mean, and that's all predatory behavior. That's what abusive relationships do. That's what all abusive people do. So it's not like
yep.
Gays Against Groomers just made up this playbook. All people who understand psychology know that is what an abusive person does. And when you
Mhm.
listen to what he's about to say, he follows that playbook. And he's doing it, as we just said, the look he's giving right now that probably makes you uncomfortable. That's the look he's giving children.
Yep. And he wants to talk to your
So
children. So
yeah, and he
let's
wants to your children. He wants to talk to your children.
Yep. So let's look at this video. It's only about 30 seconds long, but it's very damaging in terms of what it attempts to accomplish.
Yep.
If you need a family, you can come hang out with me. They may not see the real you, but that does not mean that you're not real. I love you very much. I'm gonna go cry. With love.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
You
words
know,
to
so
say.
So like I said when I first watched this, I really want to. Anyone watching this, I want to make sure you don't feel like I'm just saying, oh, this guy's wearing makeup and I hate him because he's wearing makeup. No, 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 no. This is disturbing behavior. All of this is disturbing. He clearly becomes emotional during the end of it, meaning that he's going through a roller coaster as he's saying this stuff. And the thing is that a lot of times the people who, if you watch things, I'm not saying he's Jeffrey Dahmer, but you watch things like the Jeffrey Dahmer, case, and it's a show now and all that kind of stuff. They go through trauma, and unfortunately, they choose at the end of the trauma to go into a place that's not really something we would do in society. That's not acceptable.
Well,
And it's getting notes of that. I'm not saying I don't know him. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but to talk about other people's children, to be trying to invite them into this style of lifestyle that is extreme, to be honest.
Yep.
Like drag, I do drag, it's fun. It's not for children. I would not cry talking about a child needs to dress up in a wig and breasts and all that kind of stuff,
Well,
or whatever else he feels.
Yeah. Well, when anyone has that kind of emotional reaction, that they're trying to process their own internal trauma,
Right.
whatever's going back in the background, and them trying to reach out and relate to other people or kids in this case, it
Children.
comes from a place of them trying to understand their own trauma, at the risk of causing the same kind of harm because they're just trying to re-understand it or just like trying to process it. And these
Right.
kind of people don't ever learn.
Right.
That simply doesn't happen.
To continue the analogy, Jeffrey Dahmer, he continued the abuse that he experienced as a child and took it a little bit more extreme. But so it's not like, I mean, again, as someone who is very understanding of psychology, I don't hate these people or want these people gone or want to whatever. I understand that there's a problem happening here, but what we cannot do is say, yes, let's put them in charge of children. Like, that's insane. And that's what people want. They literally, I mean, if this guy said today, I want to start, some kind of retreat where children go off with me into a cabin, gays would be like,
yes, queen.
No, absolutely not. You do not get to be around children.
Well, of course, but I mean, like, gays and other people that are unknowing of this kind of psychology would be like, yes, queen, go do it. That it's so brave of you. That's so
exactly.
Yeah.
And also, and again, and that's not me saying that being gay makes you unintelligent, but unfortunately the gay community has become so ingrained with just enforcing Democrat politics that they're okay with having someone who's clearly not mentally stable in charge of children, that has a problem with childhood and children. That's not okay. That's just not okay.
Yeah,
no.
Just watching that video is like horrifying.
Very uncomfortable.
It is extremely uncomfortable. Like I can see why there are a wide array of people that do not want this person being anywhere near a child, and I full-heartedly agree with that because that's like,
and a little bit of makeup and lipstick doesn't change it. Like if he was dressed differently and dressed like a pastor, all of a sudden now they'd say, oh, well, that's a problem.
Well, yeah, but I mean, also
lipstick, now it's not a problem.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, people have been infiltrating like the LGBTQ plus community, whatever, as a guise to like do these kind of behaviors because it's like the protection shield. Oh, you're LGBT? Okay, do whatever you want. Okay,
right.
Yeah,
and for me, if he was wearing a pastor uniform, my assessment would not change because what he's wearing does not matter. Actually, not entirely true because, like you just said, he is choosing to wear something he knows is a protection shield.
Yep.
Which is even more scary. Because that means
horrifying.
He is intelligent enough to select something that will get him in the door. And that actually shows extreme predatory behavior.
Oh, extremely. Yeah, I totally agree. And again, to reiterate, I would not want this person anywhere near a child. I sincerely hope that they are not even allowed near schools.
And I will say, to be totally honest, I'm not even someone who's like a huge child person. They're loud, they're messy. I don't like either of those things. But this is not okay. And I understand that from a moral perspective.
Yeah. And it's just like, what, if you want your child to be who they want to be, maybe their parents should have discussions with them. But also in today's political spectrum of stuff with like left-wing teachers, they advocate for the child to like withhold information from them and groom them.
I have really bad stories about that. So I'm here in Chicago, and and I've done gay dating, and I've unfortunately dated people who were teachers here in Chicago. I've been told that one teacher punished white children that this teacher felt didn't understand their white privilege. So if they exhibited white privilege, he punished them for it. And another who went on a rant about how we need to get rid of white people.
Oh
I know it's a
God.
little off topic, but the thing is what I'm talking about is the same as this person. We're letting mental illness be just a common theme of being a Democrat.
It's being
If you're a
normalized.
Democrat, you might as well just be mentally ill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We think anyway.
we think.
Yeah. But I mean that's what it boils down to is
I'm not saying any single person is. I'm just saying that that's something that's allowed within the community.
yeah, but what it boils down to is people are getting away with horrible things under the guise of, oh, I just want your child to be their like natural self. I'm here for
So
you.
yeah.
And that's just it's bogus. It's not genuine. This is someone that I believe was most likely a predator. Does not have the best
Right.
interest of your child in mind. But we are running a little bit past time, so
Yeah. And,
we
and,
will.
and, and one last thing, like I said, I want to end this with, we would not want, and we'd never want this with any video we made, people attacking this person, harassing this person, hating this person, whatever, violence. We're not about that. Like I said, I understand that there's a possibility for there being a real problem here, like in terms of health. So the thing about it is that what we can't do as people who are responsible is let this person be in charge of children. That's our point. It's not about hating this person or whatever. It's about they should not be in charge of children.
Yeah.
Period.
And normalizing people not like that to be around your
Right.
children.
Correct.
So
that's the point.
Yep. Well, anyway, so on that bombshell, we gotta wrap things up. So don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. It shows people that you like what you see and helps our channel grow. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm your host, Dylan.
And I'm your host, John. Bye.
All right. See you guys later.